This is my journey, my testimony, my story, my testimony. I'm sharing on some of the challenges that I went through after my mom went to be with the Lord. It was back in the year 2008. And in my last video, I shared of the challenges I went through and us as a family went through. I'm still going to share on some of the challenges. Yeah, we would encounter many challenges. And here I am, a teenager who is supposed to take care of everybody else. And they are in school. So sometimes we would need money for their school, for food and such. But there is something I noticed about my dad. Over the years, whatever amount of money we needed, he never said to us that he doesn't have the money. He didn't have the money and he would not even give you the money. But never did he tell us that, oh, I don't have that money. He would give us a hope. He would give us a hope of, like, tomorrow I'm gonna get the money you need. He believed so much in God. He is not born again, but he has this belief in God. And he would ask us, don't you know that our God is a living God? That amount of money you need is so little. I'm gonna get that money tomorrow. And you know, when he tells you about tomorrow, you are able to even be at peace over the night because you know that your dad is going to get the money tomorrow. He believed so much in himself and he never doubted his ability. I'm telling you, he will not even get the money, but he will not concede. He will not accept defeat and say that I know I don't have the money and you're not going to school. No. He would only ask, when do you need the money and how much is the money? And he will tell you, before that day I will have gotten that money. Your dad is rich. Your father is rich. He has money. And that would give you so much peace knowing that your father is working on whatever money you need. I thank God because even with all those challenges and even coming from a very humble background, my siblings were able to go to school. My sister was able to complete her master's. My other brother was able to complete his diploma in KMTC. My other brother is in Kirinyaga University. And I thank God the far I have come. I have been able to travel to over 7 different countries, not because I come from a family that has connection, not because I come from a family that has money, but it is because there was something in my dad that taught me to believe in myself, that taught me not to accept defeat. Whatever you believe in, it shall come to pass. My dad believed that he is able to get whatever it is you want. And through him believing, God would make a way. God would use our relatives. God would use even my aunties. And they would come through for us in the matters of money. Yeah? And it's because my dad didn't sow a seed of doubt. He only sowed a seed of believing in ourselves. Yeah? We had so much trust in him. He would go in the morning, come home drunk, but still tell you, tomorrow I'm gonna get the money you need. However large the amount of money we needed was, my dad never told us that that was impossible. He would assure us that we serve a God who is like their God. I thank God for such a heart. It is him who made us who we are. We have learned things the hard way, but still we believe so much in ourselves. We believe so much in our capabilities, and nothing, nobody would make us doubt our capabilities and our abilities. Nobody, because in us, seeing my dad struggle and find his way through the ridicule of the society because we had nothing. He never worked in any government. He never worked for anybody. He only had his farm. And at some point, the farm is not bringing anything, any returns. But I'm telling you, my dad never considered defeat. He never at point told us that this is too much we could. Impossible was a word that was never in his vocabulary. He would ask us, don't you know that your dad is rich? Don't you know that your dad has money? And we would just feel at peace. We would just be at peace. And that is the faith that God wants us to have in him. A faith of the impossible. You don't know how, but you just believe. For us, we didn't know how he would get the money. He's not working. He's not giving anything. But we just went to him with all our needs. Yeah? And God would use people. God would put a burden on people. And people would just come through for us. That is how we survived. That is how my brothers and my sister has gone through school. I remember one of my brother who was in KC. During his last year, we didn't have money. And he was missed his last exam. But you know what? My dad never considered defeat. Even up to the last minute, he is telling him, I'm trying to look for money, I'm trying to look for money. And through God's divine ways, people in his class, the cook in his school, the teacher, the secretary, his friends, they came together and they just contributed the money he needed, and he was able to do his exam. We have managed to get our way through divine intervention. And I thank God so much because my dad's heart is a heart that is just so big in a way that he would not let anybody look down on us. He believes so much in his abilities, and he believes so much in the possibilities, and he believes so much in his God. And he saw a seed of self-esteem in us. He saw a seed of trust in us. Because for me, I don't believe there is anything impossible. When one door closes, I believe there is another door that God is going to open. It has been instilled in me by my dad. Parents, your children are looking up to you. Don't go crying in front of them. Just reassure them. Your words are so powerful. Whatever word you speak to your children, God is going to use that word. God is going to multiply that word. God is going to make a way through that word. The words that my dad used to speak, they are the same that God used to make a way for us. He never considered defeat. He never told us that this is too much for me to handle. He would tell us, give me a few days and I'm going to get the money you need. I thank you so much, Dad, because it is because of you that I am who I am. You have taught me not to fear. You have taught me that I can be better than you. You have taught me that I can go to places that you never went to. Taught me that I can do businesses that you never did. You have taught me to believe in myself. You have taught me to believe in your God. You keep telling us that our God is not like their God. Our God is a God of Israel. He is the keeper of Israel. He is a way maker. He made a way for us. Yeah? From not affording food, from not affording school fees, but supernaturally my siblings were able to school. I thank this God and I thank my dad so much because the brokenness of a child going to the father asking for money is the same brokenness we are supposed to have when we approach the throne of grace. And somehow when you bring all your burdens to the Lord, He is able to make a way. We used to go to my dad knowing so well that maybe he's not able to help us, but we used to go to him and just tell him what we needed. And through the faith that my dad had in his God, God would make a way. God would make a way for us. May we have this faith. Parents, just be strong enough even at the face of your children. Let them remember the courage and the faith that you have. And from that faith and the courage, you are going to see a seed of so much hope in their lives. And they are never going to doubt themselves. They are never going to doubt their abilities. They are going to become that which